the Silver Tongues, Kesekretariatan Badan from kantor pusat. Yay! So first and foremost, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Ika Christina Panjaitan, and I'm from BPJS Kesehatan Kantor Cabang Karawang. I will be your moderator for today and lead the session until the end. So today I also accompanied by a team from Corporate University to help me operate and as a timer in this debate session. And also, I would like to introduce our today's incredible adjudicators. We have 3 adjudicators for today's session for tonight. The first is Mrs. Dena. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so excited for this debate. I'm hoping so much from tonight's
Yeah,
performance. Stay happy debating because I'm really
yeah,
excited. Thank you, Vika.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Even though it's already a little bit late, yes, ma'am, but that's not. And the second adjudicator is
everybody. Good night.
Good night,
We
ma'am.
hope we have a happy debate. Happy
Yeah,
debate.
okay. Thank you. And then we have Mr. Aldi Maulana Yusuf Hussein as Mr. Dimas Satya Naria as second speaker. Hello, good night.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, yeah. And then Mr. Cecep Heri Suhenda, Mr. Aldi Maulana Yusuf as the third speaker. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, with Mr. Cecep Heri Suhenda as their honorable counselor. And then we're moving to the opposition house, the Silver Tongues as the negative house. Hello, good night. I would like to introduce the first speaker, Mr. Sunny Christian, as the first speaker. Can you test your mic, please?
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope you had a great day.
Thank you. And then we have Mr. Dian Jabar as the second speaker. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. I'm so excited for this great night.
Whoa. And we have the third speaker, Miss Emiria Rizky Ayu. How are you tonight, ma'am?
Hello, good evening. Nice to meet you all. Miss Vika, allow me to say something like, we're from Direktorat Utama, not only Sekretariat Badan, but from
okay.
because
okay.
Komunikasi Organisasi also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. And with Mr. M. Iqbal Anas Ma'ruf as their honorable counselor, good night. And to all the audience, the chat box is all yours. Everyone is open to give your support and cheer to your favorite team. But remember, it is a safe space, so please keep it positive and be kind. And then, so without any further ado, I would like to read our motion for today. So our motion for today is this house would ban the advertisement of skin whitening cosmetics on Indonesian social media platforms. Okay. For all the speaker, you have 3 minutes. Use your time well. And the first chance of speaking comes to the first speaker of the affirmative side. Are you ready? For the first speaker of affirmative side?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, and our timer, please. So your time begins once you start speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, our honorable adjudicators. This House will ban the advertisement of skin whitening cosmetics on Indonesian social media platforms. The motion means Indonesia should prohibit all paid advertisements and influencers' promotions of skin whitening cosmetics on Indonesian social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Shopee Live, etc. Sales may continue if legal, but they cannot be advertised. The context: BPOM or Indonesian Food and Drug Authority recently revoked licenses for 21 cosmetic products in August 2025 due to composition not matching labels. Earlier, 34 cosmetic permits were also revoked because of dangerous substances such as hydroquinone, steroid, and mercury. Many of these are whitening creams promoted aggressively on social media, often targeting young women. The advertisement of skin whitening cosmetics on social media is harmful because it promotes unsafe products, reinforces discriminatory beauty standards, and undermines consumer protection. Therefore, the ban is justified. We have few arguments. The first is health and safety. Many whitening products are unsafe, cause skin damage, allergies, even cancer. Social media ads make them look safe and glamorous, misleading the public. BPOM's latest crackdown shows systemic deception in cosmetic industry. The second is misinformation and consumer exploitation. Influencers and ads normalize instant whitening without transparency. Consumers, especially Gen Z, are vulnerable because ads use before-after photos, filters, and paid influencers. BPOM data shows many revoked products were marketed online despite not meeting safety standards. The third is social impact, the colorism. Ads reinforce colorism, the idea that lighter skin is equal to beauty, success, and confidence. This worsens social inequality and self-esteem issue. In many cultural historical periods, what is considered beauty is precisely the opposite of the dominant modern standards, such as white skin. In Africa, examples. Banning ads is sending a message that beauty diversity is valued. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're moving to the next is the first speaker of negative side. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, good evening, respected educators. We are for Silver Town, and we firmly believe that this House would not ban the advertisement of skin whitening cosmetic on Indonesian social media platform. Here is 3 reasons why. The first one is the economic contribution and industry growth. Based on a global media EOM data, that the beauty and personal care industry is a major economics driver in Indonesia. In 2020, the sector generated approximately 2.9 billion in revenue. The market is still projected to grow compound annual growth rate of 7.5 by 2027. So if we ban this advertising on social media, it could stop the businesses from growing. It wouldn't just affect the larger company, but also harm the small and new businesses that depends on this ad to sell their products. Research from 2023 on local beauty products in Indonesia found that social media marketing is the most effective and affordable for a small business to become known and increase their sales. A ban would unfairly harm these local companies as they don't have enough money to compete with massive advertising budgets such as big companies. Second one is the existing regulatory system. Instead of total ban, Indonesia already has a good system in place to control this advertising. First one is the government rules. As we know that Indonesian FDA, or as we call BPOM, has already specific rules for cosmetic ads. These rules demands that what is said in the advertisement must exactly match with the official information that the company filled with BPOM. This stop companies from making false claim. Second one is the industry from the ethic codes we call Etika Patiwara Indonesia. So this code says all the ads must be honest, truthful, and responsible. The third one is the consumer education and awareness. It is a place for safety education. Experts like doctors, influencers use platforms like TikTok to teach millions of people how to be a smart consumers. For example, let's say Dr. Maria Francisca with 2.6 billion followers use social media to teach consumers how to identify the safe products, check the BPOM registration numbers, and avoid harmful ingredients like mercury. So once again, these three reasons why we stand not to ban the advertisement of a skin whitening products, which is economic contribution, regulatory system, and consumer education. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is we're moving to the second speaker of the affirmative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, thank you. Let me answer. The opposition said that we don't need a ban, just better regulation. But the truth is regulation already exists through BPOM. And still, companies find loopholes, like relabeling, hiring influencers, twisting words. Regulation has already failed in practice. That's why a ban on ads is the only effective step. And study from the Zero Mercury Working Group, they tested 166 skin whitening products in 12 countries, from stores and online. The rule is simple: mercury must be below 1 ppm. That's the Asia and Minatama standard. But 56% were unsafe, violating the limit. So more than half of what's sold out there is basically toxic. This shows the danger is real. We move to the duty of the state. The government has a duty to protect citizens, not just health, but also from misleading marketing. Think about cigarette ads. Why were they banned? Because the harm is bigger than the so-called consumer freedom. It's the same here. Whitening ads cause more harm than good. And the important point, this is only a ban on advertising, not on private use. So if someone wants to buy whitening products, fine, their personal freedom remains. But the toxic ads won't keep pushing the message on everyone. Technically, this is very doable. Social media already blocks ads for things like alcohol, tobacco, gambling. AI can easily detect and block whitening ads as well. And we're not alone. Other countries have done it. For example, India banned ads like Fair and Lovely that implied lighter skin equals success or marriage. Even the product had to rebrand to Glow and Lovely. South Korea tightened rules since the 2000s. Only approved ingredients can make whitening claims. China, 2021 banned fake whitening promises. Ads must use natural terms like skin tone care, backed by the science. So there's clear precedent. If they can do it, we can do it too. A ban is not extreme. It's normal, reasonable step to protect citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. We're moving to the second speaker of the negative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. As the second speaker, I want to strengthen the argument from my first speaker. For the first is about the economic contribution and industry growth. I will start the data from the Coordinating Ministry for Economic Affairs, Republic of Indonesia. This cosmetic industry contribute about 21.9% just in 1 year for the growth. And then more than 59,000 workers working in this industry, and more than 13,000 plus trillions contributes for our economy. So it's a big business. It's a big business that we cannot ban the advertisement for this. So what's the correlation with the social media? There is one journal from UNITA said that social media really influence for the market increasing. For the first one from Instagram contribute 21.8% for market increasing, Facebook 30.6%, and TikTok contribute 41.8%. So it's very influence for the social media. And then the second speaker from Affirmative House said that the regulation is not enough. We believe that the regulation is enough. We have the government regulation for number 28, 2025 about the risk-based permission for the business actor, and then law number 8, 1999 about the consumer protection. It is enough. But the problem is not about the regulation. The problem is about the implementation. So the BPOM has to implement this regulation more stronger than before. And then the third one is education and awareness. I believe our society right now is clever enough to choose where what is the product is good for us and what is the good is not good for us. It's better to educate people and promote awareness instead of restricting the information. Banning the ads at the social media is restricting the information that we get. So the logic is not what is it? It's not matched in this case. So this house believes that banning the ads on social media is not wise at all because it's a big business. And then from the first speaker of Affirmative House said that about the health issue, I just want to say in one sentence, if you want to kill the rats, don't burn its sheds. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And the next is the third speaker of the Affirmative House. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, good night, my ladies and gentlemen. First, just like my fellow team said, there are 5 arguments before. First, health and safety. The second is misinformation and customer exploitation, social impact, duty of the state and protect the citizen, and practically and president. Now, let's wait this debate. First, about the harm. Health risk plus social discrimination plus consumer deception versus the benefit of ads equal profit for the customer company. Clearly, public interest outweigh the profit. And also about the economic impact, the negative the banning advertisement will harm the cosmetic industry, reduce the economic opportunities. However, an economy built on exploiting insecurities and promoting harmful product is not suitable for ethical. True economic growth should not come at the expense of physical people and mental health. Also, instead of losing opportunity, the industry can adapt by promoting safer, healthier, and more inclusive product. The beauty market is fast and innovative. Business can thrive by celebrating diversity and natural beauty rather than selling the false promise of lighter skin. Therefore, banning the waiting ads will not destroy the industry. It will redirect it toward healthier progress. And also about the personal responsibility. It's true that personal responsibility requires access to honest and unbiased information. Advertising does not provide that. It distorts reality for profit. By banning this ad, we are not removing people's ability to choose, but ensuring that their choices are made without unfair manipulation. In this way, the government is not controlling people's decision, but protecting the freedom to make authentic ones. And also about the global market and competitiveness. Moreover, by setting the strict standard, Indonesia could actually become the leader in promoting healthier and more inclusive beauty products. This would open opportunities for innovation and diversification in global market. Rather than falling behind, Indonesian business could gain a reputation for integrity and responsibility, which is a stronger foundation for long-term competitiveness. Thank you. Oh yeah, also, I'm sorry. I also like to add one more point. advertising is not the real problem. The real problem is that the message behind the advertisement remains harmful. It still promotes the idea lighter skin is superior, which damages self-esteem and reinforces discrimination. Therefore, banning the ads addresses not only the product but also the toxic mindset that advertising spread. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And then we move to the last speaker, the third speaker of the negative house. So your time begins once you start speaking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to emphasize our statements. Advertising is not our enemy. Advertising is a key to helping people know what products are available and pushes companies to create better ones. Limiting it could lead to less competition and higher prices for customers. Marketing expert Kotler and Keller said that advertising is essential for a competitive market. Not to mention, if the purchase is slow because of the advertising ban, can you imagine that thousands of people will lose their jobs because there's no demand? And don't forget that banning ads for in-demand products often creates a dangerous black market and causes the tax income not to go into the nation, which is causing a bad economic for our country. A report from the NGO Bali Focus in 2020 found that these illegal products are sold in hidden places like closed chat groups. So it's not because of the ad. If we ban ads for safe, legal products, the entire market would be left to these criminals. This would make it harder for people to know which products are safe and harder for authorities to track them. The affirmative team said that the regulation is not firm enough. So it's not the regulation, it's the emphasizing the implementation of the regulation that we should push on, because the regulation already give all the boundaries of what to do and not to do, what to add and not to add on the ingredients. So our approach is similar to other countries like the United States that stop false claims and ban harmful ingredients like mercury, but they don't outlaw all skin whitening ads. Ladies and gentlemen, if our goals is to protect public health, then why do we ban ads when ads can give us more information about public health? I know we often heard about the colorism, about the negative statement. So it's not the ad, because we see all of this figure, we see all this picture, we heard that people said that exotic colors is not interesting, is not good enough. So this kind of statement, this kind of mindset that should be changed. Let me give you an example of educational campaign like Warna Warni Waktu that celebrate the idea that everyone is unique with their own body shape and skin color. We should promote a more diverse and inclusive idea of beauty instead of banning the ad. This would help the young to resist harmful beauty standards and build a society that celebrates all forms of beauty.
Thank you. Your
Thank you.
time is up. Okay. Now we're entering the conclusion part. The first team that delivered their conclusion or replies goes to the negative house and replied by the affirmative house. You have 2 minutes for each team to deliver the conclusion. The negative house, you shall be ready. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the affirmative team has repeatedly argued that the advertising of whitening skincare should be banned in Indonesian social media platform. But let's look at the facts. They have failed to address the core main social reason why are this skincare, this whitening skincare is growing in Indonesia. They have claimed that their solution is the most effective way, yet they have offered no evidence to support it. The foundation of their argument has crumbled under scrutiny. Today, we stand for a solution that is not logical, but also backed by data. It's time to move past their empty promises and toward a future we can believe in. Ladies and gentlemen, banning ads would stop the flow of information and make it harder for people to learn about safe products. This could lead them to use dangerous, illegal, unsafe products, which would cause an increase in skin damage and other health problems. This would place a significant financial strain on the public healthcare system, a major economic cost that is often ignored. The financial and health risks from an expanding black market are much greater than any benefit from a ban on legitimate advertising. In conclusion, a ban on social media advertising for skin whitening products would be economically harmful, adding more burden to the nation because of the increase in employment, limiting personal freedoms, and failing to solve the real social issues. A better solution is a combination of widespread media education, strong regulation to ensure products are safe, not to judge whether or not people to promote. They continue promotion of diverse and inclusive beauty standards within Indonesian society.
Okay, thank you. Your time is up. And now we're moving to the conclusion from the affirmative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and our honorable adjudicators. I'm gonna say that our focus is to ban skin whitening ads, not every ads in this industry. So Indonesia could actually become a leader in promoting healthier and more exclusive beauty products. This would open opportunities for innovation and differentiation in the global market. Rather than falling behind, Indonesia business could gain a reputation for integrity and responsibility, which is a stronger foundation for long-term competitiveness. Okay, so what we have proven today. First, health harms. These products are not safe. They mislead people, and even BPOM has revoked many because the risks are systemic. Second, misinformation and exploitation. Social media ads target vulnerable consumers, glamorizing unsafe products, using influencers to push false promises. And the third, social harms. Whitening ads are not neutral. They reinforce colorism, damage mental health, and make inequality worse. And finally, principle and practicality. The state has a duty to protect its citizens, and we already have precedent, like cigarette ads were banned for the same reason. So the conclusion is skin whitening ads are not harmless beauty promotions. They are dangerous, deceptive, and discriminatory. So at the end of this debate, it's clear this house would ban skin whitening advertisements on Indonesian social media platforms. Thank you.
Thank you for the affirmative house. So it is the end. The debate session is over. Thank you, everyone. You're doing very great. And it was very intense. Everyone did well to deliver your opinion and data. And each of you used your time very well. Once again, we apologize for the technical problems before. So now it's time to let our adjudicators have a breakout room session to discuss this debate session. And we will come back in a few minutes. To the speakers, you may get a toilet break, but remember to stand still until the session is officially done. Thank you. Our adjudicators, it's been a tough decision for our adjudicators, but this is a competition and we need to decide which team deserves to go to the next round. Are you ready for Sandstorm from Kaca Cimahi, Kedeputian Wilayah 5, and the Silver Tongues from Direktorat Utama Kantor Pusat? Okay, so we would like to invite Mrs. Ice to deliver the comment first. Time and media is yours, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hi again for Sandstorm. I remember you joined us last year, and for the Silver Tongues, this is your first year, right? Okay. So how do you feel, guys, now? Is it relief or you want to continue the debate? Okay. Before Miss Dana and Miss Dila deliver their comment, let me deliver my first comment. Actually, this is the great performance from both teams. Congratulations for both of teams. If we talk about the debate, we talk about the generate the idea and counter the other team argument, and of course the speaking English fluently. But as the Budena said before, this is not the worst area, so you can't just speaking whatever you want to say, but there is an idea and argument in there. For both of teams, the matter and the manner actually a little bit the same, like equal. We very tough to make decision who is the winner because both team is great. But maybe we have the method here. Maybe there's another team better than the others, but you will find who will the winner. Maybe I want to say about the data. The both team deliver good data. There is reference you gave us before, and that's data was clear. Your idea was clear because every team stands to their argument with the data, and that's also good. So I think that's all my comment. The winner will be announced by Budena. And maybe I will announce the best speaker, Miss Vika, right? Okay.
Yes.
Each adjudicators will announce best speaker. And for me, for this session, the best speaker comes to the third speaker of the negative house. Congratulations. That's all. Thank you,
Yay.
Miss Vika.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Mrs. Ais. And next we move to Miss Fadilla. The media is yours, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening for all the speakers for this debate session. First of all, I want to say that I'm kind of miss the feeling of being in the debate session, because I know that the feeling is like when you already put out your statement, it just felt very relieved, but also still kind of nervous because you're waiting for the result. And I'm kind of miss that feeling too, because I was once a debater too. But tonight's debate is really interesting for me because in my opinion, both of the teams delivered a very strong argument. Both of them stated and really point out their argument very nicely, very sharp. It's very easy for people to understand. And I feel like it's a really hard decision, even for me, to pick which one is going to be the winner for tonight. I do want to appreciate Sandstorm, because every year you guys always join the debate, this debate, and the debate is each year you guys join the debate. The performance, the debate session is so great, and I always watch you guys before. And if I have to pick for the, I think, best speaker, Miss Vika.
Yeah, the
Yes.
best speaker for Miss Dila.
The best speaker for this debate session for me is the third speaker of the negative house. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Miss Dila. And the next is the last adjudicators is Mrs. Dena. And also to announce our winners for today's session. The media is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Fika. Okay, first of all, congratulations. It was a really good debate. However, I'd like to point out some things that hopefully when you go to the next round, you will remember these points. Well, the key of this debate, it goes to the first speaker of affirmative house. So because you have the right to define the motions, you have the right to limit the motions. And if your definitions of emotions of the motion forgotten by your opponents, then you need to remind the judges, the edu, and your opponents over and over again. So, for example, these motions, we are not debating about banning cosmetics altogether. Our motions is whether it is okay, whether it is recommended to ban the skin whitening cosmetics on social media. So you have to remember, because would televisions included in social media, would printed newspaper included in social media, why that needs to be banned? So this there are three parts of the motions that needs to be defined. First, it's not the cosmetics, it's skin whitening cosmetics. So not all cosmetics. Second is banning, okay, and the banning, not banning the cosmetics, but banning their ads on social media. If you focus on this, then it would be much more easier for you to rebut all the negative your opponent's arguments, because the arguments from the negative house goes about the revenue, the money that comes with the cosmetics industry. However, the negative house probably forgot to emphasize also on the money on the advertisements industry. Remember, it's social media, TikTokers, ikan paus with gifts, ikan paus. I mean, those are social media. So if you're banning them, you're probably killing those economics of those FB Pro, right? So if you so that's things that needs to be emphasized on the negative house. However, for the affirmative house, I was waiting for you to lend your argument, to build your arguments on why why this should be banned on social media, considering your probably FB Pro is FB Facebook, social media are accessed by underage kids. They don't have, they're not educated enough to understand about the regulations about skin whitening, for example. But I was waiting for that. But however, you just both of you mentioned a bit about the social media itself. All you mentioned about the health risk, but of the cosmetics, and also, but negative house, you made a strong point on the regulations of the advertisements. You did not emphasize on the regulations on the cosmetics, but on the advertisements and the advertisements. You mentioned about there's already regulations about how censorship of advertisement on social media. But yes, your point is not about the regulations, but we are going to have to strengthen the watchdog of those advertisements. So it was really good. But yes, affirmative side of the house, you had a strong point on saying about, well, these ads actually gives unrealistic images of what beauty, what defines beauty. Because if we go about skin whitening, that I'm not beautiful because I'm dark skinned. The eastern part of Indonesia, none of us are beautiful enough because we are all tan and dark skinned. But yes, as Dila and I said, it was hard to know who's going to win this debate, because both second speaker of the negative and affirmative side of the house, actually you have done a really good job in building your arguments. You have data, you have done your research, so I was really impressed. But again, I need to remind you again, the main job of the third speaker is to take notes of what your opponent's arguments, so you can attack them on their weaknesses, on their weakest point. So yeah, you have 6 minutes to listen. For example, if the third speaker of the affirmative house, of the negative house, you could you could tell us what happened with the first speaker of affirmative house, how they have failed in defining the motions, or there is no real definitions of what we are going to do, and what are their proposal. Is there any proposal in your arguments about banning? How are we going to ban this skin whitening advertisements? Well, I didn't hear that. So yes, affirmative side of the house, you have actually you have a strong position to define where this debate is going, but also you have this responsibility to propose something. All of our motions in initiative national debate competitions is not a value debate. It's all proposal debate. So it's not about whether it is wrong or right, but also how you are going to implement those motions. So having said that, this is getting late. It's already 8 p.m., almost 8. Yeah, it's late. So the best speaker, I'm really, all of you I'm impressed, but the most I'm impressed with is the second speaker of affirmative house. But we have split decisions, which means that both of teams are really good. But we have to consider how you manage your team, how you manage your arguments from the first, second, and third speakers. Also, we have to make sure that your team, all of the speakers, have the same strength. All of those speakers. We also consider all those individual score of all the speakers. And by split decision, 2 versus 1, I would like to announce the winner of this debate is the negative house. Congratulations.
Yay! Congratulations to the negative house, the silver tongues. Thank you, Miss Dana. So again, congratulations to the winning team, the silver tongues, as the negative house. Do you want to say something as the winner of the session? Okay.
Thank you for your support.
Okay. And also congratulations for all our best speaker of the session. And more details will be announced soon on the Telegram. Highly appreciated also for the other team that shows us incredible performance. Again, for Sandstorm, you may not win today, but you have won this competition in our heart. So thank you everyone for joining today's match. We really apologize that it this late. Thank you for our adjudicators, the team counselor, and supporters. See you in the next session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you
Nice to see you
all.
guys.